Namaste, divine souls. The divine in me bows down and honors the divine in you. My name is Rishi, and tonight I will be reading to you, ladies and gentlemen, a blog I wrote titled Spiritual Practices. So here we go. What is spirituality, and what are several practical ways to practice it in modern day life? Spirituality is a way of thinking, believing, living, and acting which delves deep into the realities beyond the superficial material existence. It is about finding a sacred meaning and purpose to life, discovering one's fundamental nature and soul, and potentially having an interpersonal connection with the supernatural source of creation, which some people call the divine, source, universal consciousness, or God. While all religious people tend to be spiritually oriented, one doesn't necessarily have to be religious to be spiritual. Some people may sadly use it as an escape from the modern world and its problems, but there are countless successful people who incorporate spirituality into their material existence for success. Countless people apply spiritual practices into their daily lives in order to achieve a sense of meaning, purpose, peace, harmony, and contentment. The first method I will discuss is prayer and meditation. This path is recommended for those who are emotional and devotional towards their creator and source. When reciting a prayer, one should have a sincere heart and intentions. Some people may pray in order to obtain their material desires, while others pray just for the sake of loving and communicating with their Creator. You can create your own prayer or study and recite prayers from different saints and spiritual teachers. It can be recited out loud or within one's mind. Meditation, on the other hand, doesn't require one to be religious or believe in a creator. There are several ways to meditate, from chanting God's names repetitively to staying still and closing one's eyes while drowning out all distractions, egos, and thoughts, regulating your breathing and focusing on breath work, reading spiritual literature, being immersed in spiritual music, practicing yoga, gratitude, journaling, or even having a spiritual discussion with open minded friends and family. People who meditate regularly report a greater quality of life and happiness. The next spiritual practice is a philosophical and intellectual pursuit. It is all about contemplating one's existence, purpose of life, the truth of reality, and one's very own self. Self-introspection and deep contemplation are a couple of qualities that separates humankind from the rest of the animal kingdom. It is vital for one's personal spiritual growth and self-cultivation. One can start this deep intellectual endeavor by sitting down and questioning, who am I? Why am I here? What is the truth? Is there a soul in God? What is my purpose? What will truly make me happy? After a whole lot of deep questioning and self-inquiry, you may find the answers to the questions yourself and may possibly even be able to help others. The third spiritual practice is the path of service. It is selflessly assisting the vulnerable and those in need, whether it be by volunteering, teaching, financially contributing, donating items or food, putting a smile on someone's face, or helping others in any way possible to relieve their suffering. People who choose this path shouldn't help others for the sake of reward, but rather to nurture their heart and altruism. Helping others selflessly requires a deep sense of empathy and kindness, which will aid the helper in developing a beautiful heart. It is realizing that when we help others, we also help ourselves. Finally, I would like to talk about having divine vision, which is a very beneficial and benevolent way of looking at the world. Having divine vision means seeing all living beings as one giant family, for we all came from the same source. It is seeing divinity within every person, plant, and animal. You are ultimately divine consciousness experiencing itself in human form, and that same all-encompassing divine universal consciousness ebbs and flows through all life forms. When someone is able to master divine vision, then he or she will be able to get along peacefully with the rest of creation. In conclusion, when these four spiritual techniques and methods are applied and put into practice, it is sure to elevate one's spiritual growth and contentment. Thank you for listening, and may the Source bless you all, no matter what your beliefs are or where you come from. Namaste. May the Source bless you all. God bless. Take care now.